How are you doing, YouTube? It's your friendly gamer SmartEntity here. Welcome to episode 4 of my specialized builds, this time featuring Trinity. So I'm in a T3 survival here, just past the 81-minute mark. I'm gonna break this down into two parts. For the first part, I'm just going to do a bit of gameplay, not gonna talk that much, and for the second part, I'll do a bit more discussion. So now I'm in Satura, the level 30 to 40 infestation dark sector defense on Pluto. The reason I'm here is because it's just so much easier to show off Trinity's powers as opposed to your sort of 80-minute T3 survival. So, Blessing, Link, and just Fire. Now for those that don't know, if you look at the numbers showing up on the edge of the screen, those are experience points reflecting kills. So, I mean, how powerful Trinity is here is really quite self-explanatory. I basically don't move, don't need to look anywhere, don't need to move the camera. All I do is, press fire, detonate with something like the Penta, the Orgus, or even the Castana secondary, and everything, in my proximity just dies eventually. Alright guys, so now let's jump into the modding part. I just had to put some T3 survival 80-minute plus in there because everybody seems to like watching that. So basically to achieve this build you'll want to put in a catalyst, and you can actually do it with two formers. But with two formers you need to polarize two of Trinity's power slots. I put 3 formers in there because for some of the other builds I use, I need 3 formers anyway, so I can basically, not polarize one of Trinity's power slots. So Trinity's build really revolves around maximizing Blessing, which obviously heals you and give you a period of invulnerability. So to optimize that, you want to put on your Constitution, Narrow-Minded, and Continuity. For those that haven't seen in my video previously, with this, you can get 28 seconds of Blessing and 33 seconds of Link. So I've put in Flow and Streamline in there to optimize that power bank, energy bank, as well as energy efficiency. And I've put in Overextended in there to counteract the Narrow-Minded plus Stretch, which gives that additional range to Link. Natural Talent, this mod is one of those that I don't usually use, but with Trinity, to use this build, to use it in your sort of 80-minute plus T3 survival is absolutely essential because your whole team is depending on you to keep him alive. Now, to go a bit deeper into discussion, so in your T3 survival 80-minute plus, what you need to do is always have Blessing on. And this is the best build to do it. Now some people who have seen my previous videos have seen me using Redirection and Vitality. With Trinity that's not necessary because for one, Blessing heals you completely. Natural Talent decreases duration of non-Blessing. But the issue, the thing was that little second doesn't actually matter because Link actually reduces the damage you take by 75%, and if you take that into consideration and your base health and shield and the fact that you have Guardian on your Sentinel which replenishes shield, that's actually a lot of buffer, so you don't actually need Redirection and Vitality. Now when I first optimized Trinity, I didn't actually bother with Stretch and Overextended, but then as you could see in my infestation defense there, these two mods actually make Trinity ridiculously good. You can just sit there, not move the camera, just press fire and detonate, and then everything, is just covered. I'm sure that's not what the developers extended how Trinity would be used initially, but this works and it's extremely strong. And what I really can't emphasize enough is Link, to a certain extent, is just as important as Blessing in your top T3 survivals, and this is actually one of the most strongest powers. And the reason is, if you use something like Penta, right, you go up to a heavy gunner In my first part of the gameplay, you could see, you know, I was in the mist, in the middle of all these enemies. So you fire your penta, that damages all the enemies, and then that damages you. But Link will transfer 100% of that damage done to you to 3 other enemies when maxed. So you are, you know, for those 3 enemies, you're pretty much doing twice the amount of damage. So it's almost like adding another full split chamber to your penta. And that damage really is just important and vital because you need to kill enemies fast in your 80-minute plus T3 survival to keep on surviving for that life support. So yeah, I would say this build is specialized for your 80-minute plus T3 survival, but in truth it's actually specialized and good for every situation that Trinity should be used. Where this build isn't good, you shouldn't be using Trinity. You should be using a different frame. This build covers everything. It's multi-purpose. It is just very solid. It does give you that near God mode. Alright guys, please like, comment and subscribe as always. And I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.